Good day and welcome back to another DB Legends video. In this video we are going to take a look at the Zenkai for Red Bergamo. So this is a pretty interesting obviously Zenkai that they've decided to come out with. This is going to be the battle gauntlet for him, and basically it's one of the ways you can get his awakening Z power. 3000 awakening Z power, which is pretty decent. You get 4000 from missions, and the battle bonus characters are all pretty straightforward. I think most of them somewhat make sense, kind of, but the majority are also related to the Legends Fest, which is obviously, I think, nearing its natural end. So to be honest with you, I think overall battle gauntlets are a pretty straightforward principle. As you battle through the stages, you'll get more Z awakening power, and you'll also get slightly more chrono crystals, but the vast majority of rewards are held at the end of the battle gauntlet, so there's nothing too strange about that. What you want to do is you want to front load your team with at least 3 battle bonus characters. You don't need to take any more, doesn't really matter. Only the 3 that are in battle will be able to carry the bonus damage. And you're going to want to take 3 battle bonus characters, build a team around them, give them equipment, and then you're going to want to obviously clear as many stages as possible. You can auto battle all the way up to 80 out of 100 stages, which means if you have a very good team, you should only have to do 20 stages max. And if you do all of this, then you will get the unit completely free without having to Zenkai, Ultra Space Time Rush, or anything like that. So pretty good, I think, overall. And yeah, it's a pretty straightforward process. I think most players should be familiar with battle gauntlets by now. My team build's going to be pretty much just the non-Legends Limited choices of units, and just to show you guys how far you can get with kind of a standard team, I want to say, without anything special. So we'll do skip battling until we get to obviously a certain point in the fight or in the battle gauntlet, and then we'll take it from there. Just a heads up, you are going to have to get somewhat deep into the event if you are going to obviously get your hands on some of the better rewards. Like, you don't get a lot of Z awakening power or a lot of chrono crystals early on in the event. You have to actually get a certain length of the way in to get rewards. So you're not going to get a lot if you only get to like stage 45 like this. You're not even going to get half the rewards actually. It's not like fairly distributed. You're going to have to really try and work and get your way up and through the event to really get your hands on some of the more valuable rewards. But it isn't necessarily overtly a hugely bad thing or anything like that. Basically, just try your very best. And battle gauntlets aren't necessarily difficult. The AI cuts out a lot earlier than you can stop. If you get to stage 45, for example, chances are you can probably get to stage 55, 60 by manually playing pretty quickly. Similarly as well, if you get to like stage 60 or 65, you can probably get to stage 80 or 85 pretty quickly. Obviously, the standard things, working on your gear, all those sort of things help. Team bonus helps, but generally speaking, it's not too difficult compared to other events. There's not a lot of tactics that go on for this. You don't have to, for example, how can I say, you don't have to have like a strategy to knock out the shield or to evade or to do something like that. You, generally speaking, tend to have a pretty solid time in this event against these characters, because the strategies are fairly straightforward, fairly simple. So yeah, I would say don't panic too much about it, don't worry too much about it. You should have a fairly decent time overall, and it should be a fairly simple process for you. So yeah, that is basically it when it comes to battle gauntlets. There's really nothing too crazy for you to really focus on, so I'm not really going to talk through like too much overarching strategy or focus on this or focus on that or do this or do that. All of it will pretty much work. You shouldn't really have that hectic a time. So yeah, that is basically it. There's nothing really else I feel needs to be said. I think most players should have a grip of what battle gauntlets are. And basically, yeah, the deeper you go, the better rewards. Obviously, some Chrono Crystals, main draw for me is always the Awakening Z power. But yeah, generally speaking, it is just a bit of content, some PvE stuff to do. So yeah, pretty decent time. But from me, at least, I would say, obviously, good luck, guys. And if you have any queries, let me know down below. But until then, bye.